What's up, guys? Back here with another video. Today is May the 26th. Today is a Thursday. And today I'm going to talk about a Sony PlayStation exclusive video game franchise which I just completed. And that is the Uncharted series. So, to be honest, when I first got into playing these games, I'll talk about Uncharted first, the very first one. I'll talk about that one. When I first got into playing these games, the first 3 games were already out. And, I was just looking around, and I forgot where I was at. I think I was at GameStop. And I was looking for something to play, and I came across this. And I had to remember it came out, but I was just never really into it. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to pick it up. It was only like $7 or $8 so at the time, so that was pretty cool. And, I first started playing it. I just got so into the game. Like, I absolutely love the game. So basically, this is about a guy. His name is Nathan Drake, and in the first game here, he's a guy that goes out and looks for treasures with his friend Sully, who is always like his getaway. Like, he's always flying planes or a boat or something like that. And so in this game, he's looking for the treasure in El Dorado. This game is just really cool. You're in the jungle for most of the game. And I just really love these games. And the second one, Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. This one's really cool because you start off basically just like in the front of this cover here. You're hanging on, like, I think it was a train that crashes, and you're in the snow, and you're kind of hurt, but you have to like climb your way out and then travel through the snow. And these games are just really cool. It's kind of like Tomb Raider, kind of like Indiana Jones. You're just going through the jungle, shooting other people that are trying to get the same treasure as you. And then it's basically kind of like a movie as well, because there's a lot of really cool cutscenes. And that's basically what this franchise is known for, the cutscenes, which is really cool. And also the climbing. I really enjoy the way he can climb onto anything, grapple on anything. You're climbing buildings. You're climbing sometimes you're climbing through caves, you're climbing through the jungle, vines, through trees, through castles, through towers, going through cities. It's just a really, really amazing game franchise, and I absolutely loved it. So I finished the first one, and then shortly after I went to go get the second one. It was about the same price. It was like $10. And then the third one I found I think it was I want to say a pawn shop. I think, I'm not sure. This one. You're mostly in the sand. You're at the beginning. You're just like at the front of the cover. You're in a plane, and the plane's going down, and he jumps, and he lands in the middle of nowhere in the sand, and then you just have to find it. You start hallucinating and all this other stuff. It's really, really, really cool. But again, this is starring Nathan Drake, and this one, you're like looking for a lost city. They compare it to like the lost city of Atlantis, but in the sand. Like, there's some city that's lost in the sand where there's supposed to be some treasures and artifacts. So that's basically what you're doing in this game. And it's the same kind of thing. There's another, crew of people trying to find the same treasure you are, and you're just trying to get there before they do. And there's so many puzzles and things you have to climb. And there's not really any like boss fights. Mostly you're just trying to get from point A to point B. And you do have to shoot at people and, to get through the game, but there's really not any boss fights until like the very end of each game. You basically fight the guy that's trying to get the treasure before you. So, Uncharted 3, this one's really good too. And then, recently came out, finally, it was delayed like 3 times. This was Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. And this game was absolutely amazing. One of the best looking games I've ever played, ever. This is probably, this game was absolutely amazing. I absolutely loved it. I beat it in less than a week, but it was a pretty long game. It's like, it's 22 chapters. In this game, it's kind of different, because in these other 3 games, you're basically going through the game by yourself. Shooting at everybody, fighting everybody by yourself. And in this game, for at least 90% of the game, you're with you reconnect with your brother, whose name is Sam, and he's basically with you the entire game because he was in a jail in Malaysia, and some guy helped him get out, but said, because I helped you get out, you have to find this treasure for me. And so he reconnects with his brother, so his brother can help him get the treasure. And so basically throughout the game, you're going like through some islands, through the jungles, hanging off the side of cliffs. You have to go through like there's a party going on at some castle, and go through the crowd to steal this artifact, to find more clues to where your next destination is, and then et cetera, et cetera. But it's really, really cool. I will say it's a little bit different than the other games, as far as there's not as many puzzles. Like in these other 3 games, there's a ton of puzzles you have to do to progress through the game. And this one, there's not that many puzzles, and they're not very difficult. And also, I mean, again, you're traveling through the whole game with your brother, basically. So, but it's good because he actually does help you fight off, the bad guys. And then also at a point you're traveling with your wife, his wife, Elena, travels through the game with you at a point as well. And also what's different about this game is you're driving a car at certain times. You're driving a car, and you're going through the desert kind of. And then what else is different about this game? I will say this game, the cutscenes are amazing in this game. And also I like that you don't really have to shoot absolutely everybody. You don't just go in guns blazing. You can kind of be stealthy and take people out, like breaking their necks or something like that. But I just absolutely love this game. And the other cool thing was that this is kind of a spoiler, kind of, not really, but there's a point in this game where you're at home with your wife, and it's before you start the journey, and she's like, "Oh, why don't you play this game, see if you can beat my score?" And if you know anything about Naughty Dog, they made the game Crash Bandicoot, and you have to actually play through the first level of Crash Bandicoot, which is pretty cool. It's kind of like a teaser, because at the end, they make you play the first level again. And I heard that they're going to remake Crash Bandicoot, because they're the people who originally made it, and they sold it to another company. But that'd be so cool if they redid Crash Bandicoot. That'd be a day one buy for me. But anyway, that's besides the point. That was just really cool to me. But this game was absolutely amazing, and when you get to the end, it kind of makes it seem like they're really done with the franchise, which is kind of sad, because this is probably like my favorite franchise. This is probably my favorite franchise. I absolutely love these games. So it's kind of sad if they don't make any more. This is really, something I really enjoyed playing, and they could reboot it maybe one day. Who knows? But I'm just happy that I finally played all 4. I'm finally happy that the 4th one came out, and I finished it. And yeah, so if you never played Uncharted, it's definitely a series that I would recommend. I absolutely love the game. It's kind of, you think of like Tomb Raider, or basically like Tomb Raider, like Indiana Jones kind of style. You're just going through the jungle, hanging off things, stuff like that. But this 4th one, it was just absolutely amazing. Definitely worth the wait. And yeah, I absolutely love it. Cannot recommend this game enough. So that's going to do it for this video. I want to thank you all for coming by for this video. Please click that thumbs up. Please check me out on Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. And yeah, stay tuned for another video. I'm not sure if it'll be a vlog or maybe something else like this. And again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.